Question number 2 is, how do buy now, pay later schemes work? With buy now, pay later, you usually have the option to either delay the full payment to a later agreed date or to split that cost over a period of time by dividing the amount into smaller instalments. Now, typically the agreements are interest-free, which means if you pay on time and you pay within the agreed time frame, then you can avoid paying late fees, avoid being charged any extra interest, and it means you'll only have to repay the total amount of what the original bill was. It is important to make sure that you do not spend more than what you can actually afford, because even though you're not paying anything up front, you will always have to pay back anything that you borrow. One option is pay later. Now, this option usually requires no upfront payment, and then you agree to pay back the full amount at a later date, for example, 14 days or 30 days. And you're usually reminded by the provider to make payment on time. So for example, let's say you want to buy a pair of trainers that are £60. Instead of paying the £60 up front, you pay nothing at all up front, and then you have up to 30 days to pay back the full £60. Another option is pay in instalments. This option offers you the chance to split the total amount of the bill down into 3 or 4 smaller instalments that make up the total amount of the bill. Usually you make the first small instalment up front, then the remaining instalments are taken periodically over a few weeks or months on set dates. Now, you agree to the terms and conditions of the provider, and they would take the money from your bank account on those set dates like a standing order until the full balance is paid off. So for example, let's say you wanted to buy those £60 trainers. That £60 could be split down into 3 chunks of £20. You'd pay the first £20 up front. 2 weeks later, you pay another £20, and then another 2 weeks later, you pay the remaining £20 until the full balance was cleared. At the checkout, when you're offered these options, the buy now, pay later providers will do a soft credit check where they will verify your home address, your bank details, and your date of birth before you're allowed to proceed. A soft credit check will not affect your credit score because it is not visible to other lenders, it's only visible to you. With this option, the risk to you is taking on more debt that you can afford to pay back, because a soft credit check does not look at your affordability, it only verifies details about who you are. And having small pots of debt with multiple different buy now, pay later providers can quickly spiral out of control. Another option is pay on finance. Now, this option will allow you to spread the cost of a purchase, but over a longer period of time, say for example 6 months. But you agree a formal plan, and that usually includes interest added to the total amount that you pay back. This option will always include a hard credit search, which is a more in-depth check on your credit report and your credit history. Now, with this finance option, you run the risk of being rejected and of the hard search being visible on your credit file, which can impact your score negatively. So those are the 3 main ways in which you can use buy now, pay later. Pay later, pay in instalments, and pay on finance.